Thank you, Lord Mayor. In relation to this particular motion, I'm a little surprised that Birmingham City Council hadn't done something as widespread as what's been presented many years ago. I recall when I was first elected in 2003, in fact, during the election period, I was able to get onto the front page of the Birmingham Mail. And the reason for that was because a young man had been shot literally 100 yards away from my home. And I recall when the paramedics had arrived, they told me and the victim that had I not performed first aid, he would have been dead within 7 minutes. Now, the ambulance had arrived some 25 minutes after the shooting. And one of the problems we get, certainly in inner city areas where we do understand crime is high with stabbings and shootings, but one of the biggest problems that we have is the response times of paramedics. And that's not because paramedics are not available, and that's not because paramedics don't want to get to the scene. It's because the procedure is that the police have to first enter that scene. Police officers will only enter that scene once armed officers arrive and secure it. And it's that delay which can often lead to the tragic death of so many people in inner city areas and outside of inner city circles. So these kits, whether they are defibrillators or whether they are bleed kits, are imperative. In fact, in our ward, only very recently, Masjid Al-Falah took the initiative where young children, scouts, were able to go around the areas, inner city areas, raise funding, and they have now installed a defibrillator outside the mosque premises. In fact, not just one, they were able to raise funding for 2. So we have one in the Aston ward, and I think one, speak to Councillor Mumtaz, it's in Green Lane Mosque. So we've got young kids which have been able to take the initiative. And it's a fantastic initiative, which if we could achieve these kits, whether we have defibrillators or bleed kits within a certain radius, we would overcome this obstacle of emergency services not being able to get to a serious incident. And I think that when one looks at it, it makes so much sense because the cost associated is so small, but saving even one life can mean so much. So I welcome this motion and certainly support our amendment. And I hope that this council can leave political colours to one side and differences to one side, and to work together so we can do more in inner city areas where crime is rife, but across the city. Thank you, Lord Mayor.
Thank you, Cllr Ayoub Khan.